Welcome to Paul McGinley Field for this match between the Trinity Tigers and the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. Players getting announced right now here. Excuse me, just had a coughing fit right before I came on air. My name's Chris Hockman. With me is Scott Lebone. Scott, heck of a weekend for Trinity. 10 goals in 2 games. What do you think we're going to see tonight?
Yeah, that's the question, is can they keep that up? Can they bring it back? Can they keep up this goal-scoring flurry that they've had? And at the same time, can they keeping the other team from scoring goals? 6 goals last game, 4 goals the game before that. It's an interesting... Are we doing the national anthem now? So we're going to have to go off air for a second, turn off our mics so that we do not get copyrighted and taken off.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor...
All right, so players shaking hands. Let's run through those starting lineups. For CLU, Jack Gominiak comes in. He replaces Danny Rodriguez. Tika Kakimoto. JP Melgoza replaces Max Scott. Maximo Shilotto, that might be a famous last name for those of you that follow American soccer closely, in the mid-thousands. Dane Paulson. Preston Fleming, he replaces Lance Park. Jordan Becker, Caleb Merrill, Cameron Pizan, Joel Wallen and Jen Katishiba are your starters for the Kingsmen. For Trinity, they've made 3 changes as well. Omkasat Pathy has really locked down that starting goalkeeper spot. He'll start in goal. Adam Knutson, who scored in every game, unsurprising starter. Alex Ramirez, Louis Instrull, Hunter Kane. He's replacing Joey Perryman. It's probably going to start in that number 9 kind of slot. Jason Suko comes in. I believe this is his first start, certainly of the season. Yeah, first start of his career for Jason Suko. Congratulations to Jason Suko. Mark Donnelly, Will Powell, Luke Chandler, Cam Smith, John Connor Rule. Here's your starting 11 for Trinity. Play to watch for me for Trinity. Will Powell, he does a lot of stuff that doesn't get a ton of attention, but last weekend on Sunday, hat-trick of assists. 3 assists on 3 of the goals. He was dangerous throughout, though. He's always dangerous on that wing. He gives Trinity another option on set pieces to take them. Maybe not so much as a target man, but as someone to take set pieces. It's a really good player, good option for that. For CLU, play to watch for me, JP Melgoza, senior midfielder. He's already scored twice this season. He gets forward really well. He's a vital player in their attack. He's going to be a player that Trinity's going to want to close down. California Lutheran out of Thousand Oaks, California. They were 63rd in the Directors' Cup, which is phenomenal. That's like top 20% of D3. That might even be top 10% of D3. Nah, 20. There's like 300-something schools in D3. So 63rd. They are SCIAC semi-finalists. Their last match was a 1-1 draw at Gettysburg on Saturday, which is the coldest place I've ever been in my life, is Gettysburg. Trinity, they're coming off a 6-0 win against Berry. which was a heck of a game. All those goals, by the way, second half. Scoreless at halftime, 6-0 win. So they have been dangerous. Right here in San Antonio, Texas, is where Trinity plays. Right here at Paul McGinley Field. Of course, named after head coach Paul McGinley, who was in his 34th season. 553, 95, and 45 is his record. They named the pitch after him. It's part of the furniture, Paul McGinley. California Lutheran. They're led by Miguel Ruiz. He's in his 7th season. He's been coaching for the last 10 years. He was born in Colombia, but he moved to the Simi Valley at age 9. Played for 2 years at Moore Park College. He became an assistant at Kansas Wesleyan. Then he went back to Moore Park, which was his first head coaching job. And now he's here at California Lutheran. 7 years now. So this is his 7th season. So Tigers get ready. It's going to be the Tigers in the maroon, California Lutheran in the whites. California Lutheran going from left to right on your screen. Trinity, maroon, they're going from right to left on your screen. As we get ready for kickoff, it's going to be Cal Lutheran with the kickoff. That means Trinity won the toss. Trinity does like playing to the street end in the first half and the open end for the second. Good crowd in. We are underway here. So Cal Lutheran get us started. Immediately looking to attack down the left. Tigers headed away. Cut back. Dealt with both Tigers. Dives in, which put him off the shot. The call from the coach was to hit it straight away. Dives in, puts him off that shot. Now maybe Tigers to do something on the counter here. I think it'd be served well going back, although shows what I know. Beautiful pass. Just couldn't pick out the man.
No, for Trinity, though, Hunter Kane, he's that target man on the counter, and he's got so much pace on him. If they can launch that counterattack at any point in this game, it could be really dangerous. He is rapid.
Yeah, Hunter Kane does have 2 goals already this season. 17 in his career. So hat-trick brings him to that 20. Just saying. Although he had it in for you last week, on the weekend, didn't he? Didn't he try and take the hit off?
No, that was Luke Chandler.
That was Chandler. He's been given a start. He's been rewarded.
He's been
For
rewarded
trying to take your head off.
for kicking the ball right at me. He's in my class. He's a junior, as am I, and we came in the same recruiting class of Coach McGinley. There's a few of them juniors that are getting playing time starting tonight. Knutson and Chandler.
Yeah, Luke Chandler out of Glasgow. Like a lot of great people, including my grandmother. As the Kingsmen just working up the left here. Good sustained possession here for CLU early on. Goes to ground. It's going to be a free kick for the Tigers, who again received votes in the poll this week. Didn't get enough of those votes to go into the rankings, but they did receive votes.
And that was the question after the start to the season. Again, we keep talking about poor start to the season. They're undefeated still, despite what we've called a poor start to the season. But poor start to the season, and it's hurt them in that vote, because that's the reason in the end why they don't get votes.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
we
enough
thought that it was a week off when there was no poll the week they had the draws, right? So the hunch was a lot of the poll tends to be, well, what have you done for me lately? And so when they scored 10 goals in a weekend, I thought they might jump into the top 25. But you know, not that the polls don't matter as much this year. It's all done by AI now. NCAA has hit the AI. Well, they haven't hit the AI. They're just letting us use it in D3 now. Headed away by Cam Smith. Only partially clear, though. This is a really great start from the Kingsmen. I don't think we've seen a team come here and press Trinity this hard this early this season.
Yeah, either Trinity team, the women or the men, Trinity tend to start really well and have long periods of sustained possession. It's how they like to play. So for a team to come in and start this way is really surprising.
It's going to be a throw. CLU's got a really fascinating history, but the name Knutson is going to be forever associated with them as well as Trinity. Maureen Knutson really came in and sort of rescued the school from financial trouble in the 70s. Just saw her name come up, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Small world. Knutson. Can't be that many Knutsons in America. Kane cuts it back. Oh, he's taken a touch there with the pressure coming in quickly, but he's going to give a foul. Right call for me.
It's dangerous. Good pressure from Cam Smith, though. He covered a lot of ground to get there. In the end, he gives away the foul, but if you get there, nobody cares. So,
yeah, I think, he did well to put the pressure on and force a mistake. In the end, CLU get the clearing free kick. Honestly, really great start, both teams. John Connor Rule there with a beautiful challenge. There's Knutson on the ball, trying to get forward, cuts inside. He's trying to shape for the shot. There it is. Saved. We already know he's not afraid of a shot from distance. Here's Adam Knutson.
no, by no means. We said he's scored in every game so far this season, and a lot of them have come from further away than that. So,
Yeah, 4 goals this season. As the Kingsman on the left here. Good cut out.
great work by Donnelly there.
Kane, he's going to need support, so he goes back. Right decision. Knutson.
Great one-touch play there between Donnelly, Instrel, Knutson, and Kane. Keeps Trinity in possession despite what looked like a difficult
Ahead of the weight.
space to keep it in.
Yeah, the pressure was there. Touch just didn't come out. I think he does the right thing by staying back and tries to slide in and get the ball. Just the ball comes out favorably for CLU. Back to Satpathy. This is absolutely the most pressure that Trinity's been under this quickly in the game. This is what you want. You want your, quote, preseason.
Yeah, you want to be tested.
You want tests in these non-conference games. This is it, the second last week. And then from here on out, I believe it's all conference after next weekend.
Great touch by Knutson there. He's going for
How's
it.
it go from distance? Keeper was out. Keeper got back well very quickly.
Watched too many highlights of Grimm from last week, who scored from 55 yards away in one of the neutral games that McGinley Field hosted.
Yeah, he saw him off his eye and he thought, you know what? I could do that.
He could. I definitely believe that he could do that.
So, yeah, one more game for Trinity after this weekend that's non-conference. The rest are all conference. So, big conference this year. SCAC. Did well to send that back, and now good turn from the Tigers. Forced back to Rule. Back to Satpathy, who gives it back out to Rule. Smith's making a run up the left. I think he's shaping for that ball. No, he said he would do it just to draw in the defense. Instrel now on the ball. They want the switch. There it is. Now to Will Powell. Cutting inside is Kane. There was a deflection. Stays on his feet. They want a foul. They get the foul.
No, but this is what Kane brings in the attack. He will be all over that front line. Typically when you have a number 9, like any number 9, like Braden Shuey, Aiden Perales, who have played so far this season, they're a little bit bigger, a little bit more static. They're more of a presence in the box. Kane is fast. He moves all over the field. He's covering a lot of distance, and it'll allow Knutson and Suko and Perryman, when he comes in, to get forward more into the position that Hunter Kane normally takes up. It's a lot of rotation with Hunter Kane in at 9, and it works really well given the formation that Trinity play.
So chance here on the free kick. Keeper came. Flew high, but it went over him. It's taken a deflection. It's for a corner. I don't think even Trinity expected that to be a corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There seems to be a little bit of confusion on all parts right now.
It is going to be a corner, though, for the Tigers. Shaping for the short corner. That is what they do for Instrel.
They've
We've
liked the
seen
short
this
corner,
routine
yeah.
a few times. Now goes far post. He had to come back to get it, so he's a little off balance. Good header on the follow-up from John Connor Rule. Well saved.
Luke Chandler does really well there. He's that back post player. They find him at the back post, and it's something we've talked about in a number of games, both men and women this season, that ability to get up and win the ball at the back post and play it back into the middle for an oncoming player. It's really dangerous. In that occasion, it's just tough. It's so lofted in there for JC Rule. It's hard to generate that much power with a head. Your neck muscles can only do so much.
Yeah, that's why you want to have that momentum running in for a header because, like you said, your neck muscles can only do so much. You can't really work them out either. You can't, like, attach weights to the side of your neck or anything.
No, I've seen some people do some crazy workouts, but I'm not sure what you would do to strengthen your neck. You could do your traps, which will help, but
I feel
neck
like those,
specifically.
I feel like those strongman guys have some sort of workout for it. I bet.
Surely.
They're busy lifting boulders. They got something. They work out every muscle. Corner here for CLU. 10 minutes gone already. It's flown by. Headed away by John Connor Rule. CLU back on it. Decent effort, you know.
I think it was a great ball in, but attacking player in the middle there didn't. Well, he realized he was offside. Player who sends in the cross necessarily doesn't realize he's offside. He has to leave it. He knows better. Cross was decent if he were onside.
Yeah, not a bad ball. It's the right idea. Cleared away.
Forced Cam Smith to deal with it. It was a great ball.
Yeah, just kind of between the goalkeeper and the defender, so you got to make a decision. Cam Smith makes the right decision. Heck of a right decision, too, because it's ended up staying in play for Trinity here.
Yeah, he found a teammate, which is really impressive.
He's absolutely going to say, yeah, that wasn't a clearance. That was a pass.
That's what
Smith turns. Knutson in space. Little surprised he didn't go for a shot. Goes back across the face. Good work defensively. Falls for Smith, who cuts it back. Shot comes. Blocked. Couple blocks. Big appeals for handball, but all the defenders
side,
absolutely put their hands right behind their backs as soon as the ball was
Great
around.
find there. Wow.
Beautiful
JC
pass.
Rule does well.
Yeah, Rule gets on the end of it, but that was a great pass. Found Maximo Scioletto perfectly. It's the son of Guillermo Barros Scioletto. Played 118 games for the Columbus Crew. That's what I know him from. You might know him because he played 300 games for Boca. Little more famous a club than the Columbus Crew, but I know him as a Columbus Crew player.
You say he was MLS MVP?
MLS MVP in 2008. He was also the MLS Cup MVP, so he did the MVP double.
He should have been on the broadcast tonight with us. That
Would have been great. 100%.
I say, Josh, you should get us some guests.
Bring in Charlotto. But yeah, just a phenomenal player. So you know Maximo's got pedigree.
Yeah, he'll be a player to watch throughout the game. Just that instinct has got to be there. That true blood feeling of, especially as a striker. A lot of that is instinct-based and positioning and knowing where to be and when. Defender, you can learn a little bit more. You can figure it out as you go. There's structure. You can study it. Forward is more of an instinct-based position.
Good opportunity here to get forward. Challenge comes in. It's going to be a throw for the Kingsmen. Bechelotto has 7 goals in his career. He's already scored 1 this season. He scores about every 3 games, which for Trinity means he's due, because he's got 1 in 4. I guess he's due this game or the next game. He's got to score 1 soonish. It's a big call from the bench of behind.
Knutson does so well to hold up the ball. Always able to either get away from a player or draw a foul. You'll very rarely see Knutson caught out in possession.
That call might have even been from the 4th. He had a better view of it than the referee. Just all around, just hands on the jersey. It's that strength that draws that foul, right? Like he holds it up, he forces a player to act. Great work there from Will Powell. Quitting up in a way I don't usually associate with him, getting back and putting in a hard challenge. Good ball forward for Knutson, controls well off his chest. Stands up, his defender gets around him, forces him to give up a corner. I think if Cal Lutheran, you'll take that, given who was on the ball.
Yeah, and in what position and what he had just done. He skinned his defender. Defender really well done to, despite the fact that he's clearly been beaten, get a foot in and knock that out of play before Knutson can fully round him. Because if Knutson gets around there, he's either putting in a dangerous cross or he's having a shot. And we know what happens when Adam Knutson has a shot.
Goes short again. It's that same set play. It's the second time they've done it. Swung in, far post, well dealt with by the CLU defenders. Has a go, deflected, falls favorably for Suko. And now a chance on the counter. They've got the numbers. It's a 3-on-2 here. The ball falls favorably for Powell, who deals with it well, stays on his feet. And he's going to draw a foul. Good work there from Will Powell. He's been really active early. Had those 3 assists on Sunday.
Yeah, he's having to be active in a different sense. You talk about the 3 assists, and that's always showing up in the stat sheet, obviously. But defensive work doesn't always show up. And Powell, he's willing to do both. This formation that Trinity plays, they've been playing it all season, a 4-3-2-1. It allows, there's a good chance for Kane.
Oh, just over. Really good effort for Kane. Really good run from him to get on the end of that and give it a go.
But this formation for Trinity allows the outside backs to play more as offensive players than defensive players. They're set up right now on the defensive line, and in defense, they have to come back. But they go forward more than almost anybody on the team. And so we see Powell a lot in an offensive role, not as much in that defensive role, but he can do both, and he's shown it so far today.
Really calm goalkeeping there. Just a soft pass, takes it off the player running on.
Calmer than I would be with Hunter Kane running at me.
Calls for it, good ball, but just couldn't beat Cam Smith. Good stuff from Cam Smith. Good run there from Tika Kakimoto. He's been dangerous on the right too, and he cuts inside. All 3 up front have been switching their positions regularly.
Yeah, they're super dynamic as well. Really good acceleration, which is always dangerous as a defender.
Well, Powell's beaten about 3 defenders there before laying it off. Shot comes across the face. I thought that was more of a cross than a shot when he originally hit it, but you know what? I think he meant that.
Maybe, but, if somebody's crashing back post there, they've got a free
it's
goal
1-0.
almost. It's a great ball across. Whether it's a shot, whether it's a finish, it's potentially set up a teammate. Nobody coming home, though. Cal Lutheran have been really physical early on.
Very physical.
Like to wrestle, like to put a body in, and they've been doing a lot of grabbing, not necessarily of the shirt, but even of the shoulders and the arms as well.
Yeah, they're not afraid to get stuck in. Cal Lutheran.
Yeah, but it's making for an entertaining game. Good
Yeah,
start.
it is. It's been really entertaining. This game is flying by, more than 15 minutes gone. Ball going down the right again. It's been profitable for Trinity today. Beautiful hold-up play.
Oh,
Draws the defender. That's going to be a free kick.
and a
Really
card.
sucked the defender in. We're going to have a yellow card here.
No, and Powell does so well here. He shifts. He uses that defender's momentum against him with that first cutback, and the defender's going the wrong way. He's beaten at that point. But Powell knows that if he can do the same cutback again, it's so much worse because he's trying to overcompensate for that momentum going the one way. Turn back towards Powell. Powell cuts again. He's beaten. Again, this time he can't. Earlier he got his foot in. He got the ball away from Knutson. He can't get his foot on the ball this time. Takes out Powell. It's a yellow card, and it's brilliant footwork from Will Powell.
Yeah, a bit of a striker's challenge there from Charlotta. But look, I think you foul the man.
It's not in the box.
It's not in the box, and he had a clean look. Now it's a little harder.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hunter Kane puts this on target.
Step over. Didn't sell them on the step over. Had a go. Quit away, you said. You said they were going to have a go from it. It's going to be a throw in for the Tigers.
From that angle, it's one of those, I like to talk about them a lot, those set pieces where you can shape it on target, where if nobody touches it, it goes in. but it's also at the right height for somebody to touch it. It puts the goalkeeper in a tough position where they have to decide, am I going to go for this original shot or am I going to wait for the redirection from a header?
It's all about making the goalkeeper make decisions. That's what you want as an attacking team. You want to make the goalkeeper make a decision to do something. Throw-in comes. Near post, flicked on. Keeper comes. Not enough pressure on the goalkeeper. That's what Paul McGinley will be saying. Would have liked some more pressure coming in on Kadeshiva.
This has been such a dynamic start. Both teams playing with so much quickness and speed and acceleration, all the different aspects that you talk about when you talk about a fast player. It's all present.
Yeah, this is the kind of game that you just want to see, you know? Scoreless, but my word, it's been breathless. It's been really exciting stuff. Little telegraphed, which allows Cal Lutheran to come away with it. As someone has their brights on in the parking lot right into our eyes for some reason. Lighting situation here is good. You don't need to have your brights on in the parking lot. Swung forward. Kane's going to try and run onto this. He might beat him, you know. It's already gone out, though. Knutson puts it in. Puts it in anyway and celebrates like it's an actual goal. It's not. Ball's already gone out for a goal kick.
Well, I'll tell you, Adam Knutson, he's a great player. He has maybe, I wouldn't say even better, but he has a great sense of humor as well. And that's a great example of it right there. But we also talked about in that women's game earlier, it is a little bit of momentum when you see the ball hit the back of the net, regardless if it's a legal goal or not.
Yeah, like obviously he knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
I think the call was actually offside, judging from where they took the free kick.
Yeah, for a second I was like, that's an interesting goal kick strategy.
Yeah. Extreme back. I had a terrible leg, so I would always take him as far as I possibly could. Power goes down, referee says nothing to it. This is going to be a physical game. Both teams are setting that early.
Yeah. I want to go back to a moment, though. This is twice now that Luke Chandler has had some pretty incredible headers in terms of the vertical that he gets to get up and win those. Both times as well, there have been Cal Lutheran players running in behind him, and if he doesn't win that header, the chance is on. So really well done from Chandler on 2 occasions now.
Yeah, 6-1, the Scotsman.
And he's got hops.
Yeah, man can leap.
I think he's won 2 or 3 headers in the offensive third already in this game as well.
He's definitely a dangerous player at all ends of the park, really. He'll stop you, he'll beat you, and he'll score. Not this season. He hasn't had a goal yet, but he did have one last year. Goes back. And he tried to take your head off. Just another one to add to the highlights reel for him.
I hope he has watched that moment because we talked about it so much and like joked about it so much. I hope he's seen it. But given I've seen him a few times since then, and he hasn't brought it up. So
yeah, because he's worried he's offended you gravely. I don't know how you bring it up. Oh, sorry, I almost killed you on Sunday.
You could always just say he's coming for me.
He is coming for you. I'm pretty convinced. Blocked.
Yeah,
good work there for the
important
Kingsmen.
interception.
Yeah, ball was cut back well. Trinity continuing to come up the right. It's what they've done most of the season, is going up that right. They got Will Powell there.
Yep.
He had 3 assists on Sunday. Like, that's a phenomenal return. A hat-trick of assists. You get a match ball for goals. I don't know what corner flag? What do you get for assists?
They should start doing
give you
that.
the corner
give
flag?
you the corner flag.
That was well left, actually, from the Kingsmen. They've come away with it well. Good turn. There's support there. He just turned a little too far to get that spot. Foul right on halfway.
I'll tell you, these are 2 teams on top of their game in terms of what they're doing with the ball. And sometimes you talk about Trinity being a little too slow, a little too passive in possession. They like to keep it. They like to have possession, and it's a very important stat in the game. But sometimes it's a little bit too much possession. You want to go forward a little bit more. So far in this game, both teams are being extremely dynamic with an extreme will to go forward. Every first touch, every pass, there's a desire to go and score that first goal right now, and it's enthralling.
Yellow card issued there to Mark Donaway. That's his first as a Tiger.
Given the way he plays, I don't think it'll be his last.
It's not going to be his last.
He's a great, hard-working midfielder who puts in a lot of tackles. But if you play that way, you're going to get your fair share
be
of
honest.
yellow cards.
A little surprising it's taken this long for him.
It's hard. Playing that position and not getting carded is hard. So fair play to him for not having one yet.
Through ball from Smith. Just the pressure that the Kingsmen are putting on the Tigers is forcing heavy balls. Those ones are hard. 2 players going in fairly in a 50-50 ball. Good run here from JP Malgoza.
I think he's lost his shin guard back
He did
here.
lose a shin guard. We keep joking about how small these shin guards are, but
That's tiny.
that's very small if that is a shin guard. Yeah, he's coming back for it, so it must be a shin guard.
Well, you can see how high his socks are.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
it's-
Yeah, with his socks down, barely. Those are basically ankle socks. Yeah, one day we're going to get just a tic-tac. Look, I mean, it's your shins.
Yeah,
right?
no.
You know, like,
I'll tell you, some people don't even want to buy shin guards anymore. Some of the club soccer games, people will show up with this cardboard box and they'll just cut it and slip that in for their shin guards for the game. The refs do not like it when they figure out what's going on, though.
technically, that's it. You just need to put something in there. Really good ball here. That's a great bit of work. Kane on it. Keeper was off his line. Good work defensively because it blocked the shot. He's gone to ground. That's a beautiful challenge. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. That was all ball to me.
No, Hunter Kane, he's so shifty. He did really well. He turned the defender multiple times, but he didn't lose his feeding. Sometimes when you get turned like that, it's really dangerous. You lose track of your mark. He didn't lose track of Hunter Kane, and he made a great tackle in the end. Because if anybody on Trinity is going to score from a 1v1 like that, it's going to be Hunter Kane.
I believe it was Cameron Passan with the challenge. Just beautiful sliding challenge to cut in there, get all ball, and send it out. Throw-in comes right on the penalty spot. They've tried to turn Cam Smith in a really good position there. But maybe the Kingsmen can get away.
Oh, my gosh. They're both
Sean
so fast.
Connor Rule, though. I thought he just ran so hard he lost his footing. He's gone to ground on a challenge there.
Yeah, I didn't see
Not
it.
happy with the decision is Joel Wallen.
I didn't see it. I followed the ball.
Yeah, I saw him hit the deck, but
Yeah.
to me it just felt like it was just one of those things. Like, right, you're running at that
Yeah.
kind of speed.
Yeah.
You've just slipped.
And you play
fall
the
down.
ball, especially, if you're running at that kind of speed, and you have to somewhat take one of your feet out of the equation of running and play a pass back, you often fall. You'll often fall in that situation. I fall doing that all the time at practice and in games. So for that to happen there, it could be incidental. So for it to be a yellow card, maybe a bit much. I could see a foul there, but a yellow card that's a big decision there, especially for a player who I think is going to put in his fair few share of challenges in this game.
Yeah, 2 yellow cards on Cal Lutheran already. It's a physical game. You don't want to carry yellows as much as you can avoid it. One of them's to a striker. I don't think they'll mind that one. That one they'll be a little frustrated about. Far post for Knutson. With his goals he scored this season, I was half expecting him to try a bike on that one. He goes out for a corner for the Tigers. Was just a little in front of him, but I was half expecting a bike. We've seen a couple of attempted bikes this season.
I don't know if we've seen one from a Trinity player, though.
No.
Opponents, neutral games.
So corner comes, 20 minutes to play here in the first half. Still scoreless between the Trinity Tigers and Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. I'm Chris Hockman, with me is Scott Lebo as the Tigers get ready for a corner again. It's that short corner routine. Sucked him into it too. They shaped like they were going to do something different. There's the shot.
Oh!
It's hit the back of the net. What a strike from Cam Smith.
That's the short corner to perfection. And that time, Louis Instrel does so much. You said it. He drew in more players. They thought, oh, this is the same short corner Then Louis Instrel draws them in again. They start to change the way they're marking. They're not expecting that pass. They play the pass. All of a sudden now they're like, okay, well, we know this. We know what we're expecting. This is a cross to the back post. It's not a cross to the back post. It's a shot to the near post. And it made the keeper. The keeper had already shifted his position to the back post for that. And Cam Smith, he's coming off right now. But he sees that goalkeeper shift already to the back post. He knows he has the wherewithal to realize that, to see the defensive shape, to see the goalkeeper's shape, to have a hit for the near post. It wasn't the most powerful shot, but it's on target, it's well placed, and the goalkeeper had so much ground to cover. What a goal from Cam Smith. What a set piece from Trinity. And I hope we get to keep seeing that set piece because it is fun to watch.
Heck of a goal. Cam Smith, first collegiate goal for the Cayman Islands International. Louis Instrel with the assist here. So 2 assists for him on the season, 6th of his career. But what a goal to score as your first collegiate goal. Cam Smith, put that on the highlight reel. I'll tell you what, Paul McGinley's going to put that on his highlight reel.
Yeah.
It's exactly how he drew it up. As a coach, though, they've shown you that's what they're going to do. You know that's their play on the corner. I would be so frustrated on that Cal Lutheran bench at conceding that goal. They've shown you that's what the play is. And not only did they run it again for like the 3rd straight corner, you still fell for it.
Yeah.
They still sucked you into it.
Yeah,
And
Louis
that's-
Instrel did really well to draw them into it, like you said. I mean, they maybe were prepared and expecting it's the same corner again, but Louis Instrel does really well. And then Cam Smith, he doesn't do the same thing that they've done on the other set pieces. Typically, they go to the back post with that. So for him to go near post, he wrong foots pretty much everybody on that Cal Lutheran back line, including the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I like your point. He saw the keeper shift his weight. It's really hard as a goalkeeper, once you've started going one way, to shift and turn the other to make a save. That's why he scores.
Yeah, momentum is a key, and I like to talk all the time about when you're dribbling. If you can do a quick cut and have somebody's momentum go across you, it's really good. You've got to go in the wrong way. You open up space for yourself. It's the same thing with the goalkeeper. If you can get the goalkeeper going the wrong way and use his momentum against him, he's finished.
Yeah, that's exactly what Cam Smith did. Phenomenal presence of mind. He's always been well coached. Like, even as a kid, he was very well coached. Cayman Islands had some really great coaches of their youth setups that he's trained with. So, Cam Smith, just phenomenal stuff. And it's funny because, I don't think it'll be one of the goals that a lot of people look back on. They're going to look at, like, those top bin strikes from Knudsen. But that, to me, just champagne football. Absolutely champagne football.
Yeah, that's how you draw it up in the locker room, like you said. And, you know, as fans of the game and me as somebody who wants to coach someday, like, that's beautiful. It's like watching a goal where you build up all the way from the back to score. It's a set play, and it works to perfection, and it's just so fun to watch, and it's satisfying. You could put that on one of those ASMR videos. I'll watch that late at night to help me fall asleep.
Nah, but you'd be too excited. That's the problem. Not going to be able to sleep. That's a beautiful ball. Really great ball over the top. Looking for Kakamoto. Can he beat his man? Has a go, you know. Just couldn't get around it as much as he wanted. Really great work for Kakamoto. Made a really good run to get on the end of the ball. Open up the space for himself. Shifting the ball from left to right. Back again to make the space for the shot. Just got a little too under and not around it as much as he wanted. But I really like that. Really good response from the Kingsmen.
Yeah, and this is going to be a dangerous 5-minute period for Trinity right now. They've made a lot of subs since that goal. I think 6 players, maybe 7.
Yeah, I saw 7 standing up. So.
And then I think Louis Instrel got subbed off late as well, so 7 or 8 maybe. Right, so many substitutions. They've made so many changes now, and you just gave a goal or scored a goal, which, you know, puts a boost in your sails. But sometimes it leads you to feel comfortable and sit back a little bit and change the way you're playing. Trinity can't afford to do that right now. Cal Lutheran are dangerous, and if they take their foot off the gas because of that goal or because of the substitutions, they will be punished.
Good chance here for the Tigers on the right. I think that's Powell still on. Just a little too high. Good effort, good shots, good save. Good goalkeeping there from Jen Katsushiba.
You have no idea how hard that is. It is that skill. The ball was high up. He got his leg up high to wrap around that. That's why you do those open and close the gates. Open up your hip before the game. He must have done really well in warm-ups to get his hip that high up for that strike.
Yeah, I mean, look, as someone who had hip surgery last year, cannot stress enough the importance of doing your gates to keep your hips flexible. Really good work here from Cade Dugan.
The level right now from both teams, it has remained so high throughout the entirety of this first half. We're 30 minutes in, and neither team has dropped the standard.
Yeah, it's been intense. Been absolutely intense from the opening whistle. With 30 minutes into this game, if you can believe it. Trinity 1, CLU 0. It's been really great stuff. Cal Lutheran on the ball again.
Nobody for either side who gets on the ball has time to breathe.
Yeah, it's just immediate pressure.
You get 2 touches before you have to have the ball gone, or you have to have beat your defender.
Switched out for the Tigers is Chandler. And back to Shuey. Rule goes long. Tell you what, that's decent effort from someone that was slipping. Really good header there from Ty Jarrett.
Got his first goal last weekend.
He did.
I'm a big fan of his roommate, Kevin Biter. He's my one of the club soccer captains. Although I am one of the club soccer captains too. So that's
played forward. Oh, an unfortunate touch there from CLU. Puts it out for a throw. Just couldn't get the ball out from under his feet. It always looks easy, but when that ball's just stuck at your feet and you're trying to like get it out and touch and turn, it just sometimes gets away from you.
CLU are in a really good defensive shape right now. Not many options for the Trinity back line, and that's what happens when you're set up well.
Yeah, really good work there from Dane Paulson to cut it out. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't get it away enough. A sophomore midfielder out of Torrance. Rule sends it down. It's probably going to come off the corner flag. We saw one actually last week come off the corner flag and then just stop dead.
The corner flag's in play.
It's
one
in
of
play.
the most interesting and fun rules in the game. If you can play it off the corner flag.
Think of it like baseball, though. The foul post is in play.
The pesky pole.
Which means it shouldn't be called a foul pole.
No, that's why you call it
the
pesky pole. But it's in play. But if you hit it, it's not a home run. If you hit the pole and it comes back onto the field, it's like hitting the wall. So it's not the best thing in the world to hit it. It's not the worst thing in the world to hit it.
Oh, that's beautiful stuff, although I think it's a handball, yes.
Luke Mayfield getting warmed up. There'll be a 9th, 8th substitution for Trinity. Either way, it's been a lot of subs.
I'm trying to count how many players are still on. Rules on.
Chandler,
Powell, so that's...
And Sapathi. I think that's it. I think those 4.
So 4.
Which would mean 7. So this would be the 8th.
This would be 8. Sent forward by the Kingsmen. Tigers clear. Anderson tries to keep it in, just can't do so.
Based on where Luke Mayfield has played so far this season, I'm going to guess that he's going to come in for Will Powell, who's gotten a little bit longer because he's had such a good first half. But when you're playing pretty much anywhere but center back, they're going to give you a little bit more of a break if they can. And give Powell a break because they'll need him in the second half. He's a crucial player.
Tigers working it through midfield. It's Dugan. Good ball out wide, looking for Jarrett. Sends in the cross. Pressure came, which kind of put him off the cross there.
I think he's just a little off balance trying to wrap his foot around it there.
And for the Tigers goes Luke Mayfield.
So Mayfield on. It is going to be Powell off.
Sign me up, Coach McGinley. I'll work for you. I can be a coach too. I know what I'm doing. I called it.
Yeah, I believe you drew up that play, right?
Oh yeah, the
That
set piece.
That was you.
It was my brain baby.
Yeah, just clipped him, did Anderson. Didn't mean anything by it, just one of those things that happens. Player changes his position. So free kick here for the Kingsmen. 10.5 to go here in the first half. Goes out for the throw-in.
Brain Shuey, after a few minutes, decent amount of minutes, up at top at number 9. I think they've settled him back into that defensive midfield role, which I honestly think is his best position. He does really well in that role. So I don't think there's any need to play him at 9, especially when, they were looking for the goals, and that's why they're trying him up there. But if you're getting the goals from other places, then yeah, put Shuey where he's best.
Yeah, I think there was challenge for McGinley to try and find what his starting strike combination was. He says he thinks he's found it. It's going to be a free kick.
And it's not a traditional strike when we talk about who's playing up there.
That is true. But his
It works.
combination.
Yeah. It's more of a striker by committee type of thing right now.
Yeah, I think the challenge is when you got someone like Knutson who's just banging him in for fun from 30, 40 yards.
Well, and I think that's why Hunter Kane works so well, because he's the type of player that will switch with Knutson, and he can play the center attacking mid-role as well.
Good ball out wide right for Paulson. Paulson got a chance to cut inside. Beat one, couldn't beat the second. Really good run, though, from Paulson. Goes all the way back to Satpathy. He's got a good boot on him. Satpathy's calmness is a big difference for Trinity. Goes to ground, free kick for the Tigers.
I was really calm under pressure from all three of them. Ty Jarrett had so much pressure on him. I think I would have had a panic attack if I were Ty Jarrett in that situation. And he finds Chandler, who's even under more pressure, who finds Omkar Satpathy, who gets it clear, and somehow Trinity, cool as ice, get the ball away.
Good ball long. Controlled well there by Perales. He's been enjoying an extended run, which has been good to see for him. Good turn. From Perryman, has a go. Just across the face, out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's similar to what you've said earlier. Just doesn't wrap his foot around it enough to get that spin on it to come back down into that far post.
So, man coming in for Cal Lutheran is Jackson Smart. Sophomore forward from Frisco in Texas. So Cal Lutheran under pressure, high. Throw in though for Cal Lutheran. They play it quickly. I think it's a smart move. The Tigers are still back, so it forces the mistake. They're going to get a foul. Good work. That all comes from that quick throw. They play the throw quickly.
Yeah, and it was really well done. I think it was, I keep doing this. I keep saying I'm going to say a player's name and then not having the player ready. Jackson and Selly, who's up there, and he wrong foots Luke Chandler. Wow.
Had a go from distance. Not a bad idea. Satpathy was on his line, though.
It's a surprising effort. You got to do a lot to score from there when the goalkeeper's on their line.
Aiden Johnston coming in. I thought he might have had an injury early in the season, but it looks like he's good, so just hasn't been playing as many minutes to start the season as he has in previous. Senior defender out of El Cajon, California. Does have 2 goals in his career. So the Tigers with the throw-in, just inside their own half. Goes back. Oh, nearly lost it. Had to slide to keep it alive.
Great recovery
It's
from
going to
Shuey.
stay with Cal Lutheran, but could have been a lot more dangerous if it wasn't for that recovery from Shuey.
Yeah, and you talk about it. It feels good when you're the one to make the mistake, that you're the one to make up for it as well.
Slid in, just couldn't keep it in play. So it's going to be a throw in for Cal Lutheran. Opportunity to get forward again here for the Kingsmen. I think he's going to need some more support on this throw, though. And it goes to Trinity. Perales trying to turn. Goes back. Going to go look back to the keeper. I'll tell you what, Cal Lutheran's keeper doesn't mind getting forward. That might be something for Trinity to keep an eye on. They're going to put pressure on.
Knutsen's already had an effort from distance trying to chip him.
Keeper's a long way out. The call is to go have an effort. If Rule can get ahead of here, if they can get it down, keeper's off. Keeper's way out. I would have had to go. I would have had to go, which would have been the wrong decision, in honesty. But I just couldn't help myself. That's what I would have done.
Good discipline by Jarrett to not take your advice.
Yeah. Right decision. Generally in soccer, don't take my advice is probably a good move. Unless it comes to supporting teams in Australia, then definitely take my advice because we won a quadruple this year. Did the mighty Central Coast Mariners?
You could take your advice as a spectator. Spectator advice.
Yeah, don't take it as
impeccable.
Don't take it as someone to play. You know, it's maybe not the best move, especially when I'm telling you to do something attacking wise because I played as goalkeeper. Big opportunity there, sent across the face. There was a Trinity player running onto it. I just couldn't quite see them from my angle.
I think it was Perryman.
Yeah, I believe it was Perryman. Just there were so many white bodies between me and the far post that for a second there I thought, oh, that's an interesting choice. No, it was the right choice. Tigers back on the ball. Swung into the middle looking for Perales. Headed away well by the Kingsmen. Good pressure there. Coaching staff of CLU taking a leaf out of the great Marcelo Bielsa's book. Sort of sitting down, squatting on the sideline.
They're also parking the bus a little bit right now, so that's another one out of his playbook.
That was the problem with Leeds is that they didn't do it enough. He'd put all 11 forward. Swung in, cleared away. Of course, now with Uruguay.
Yeah, he's famous for doing it in South America, just having his guys sit back for 90 minutes. It's not fun to watch, but it wins you games.
Yeah, definitely not what he did when Leeds were in the Prem. Tigers working it around here, waiting for an opening. It's that well-organized Cal Lutheran defense you were talking about earlier, Scott. They just are so hard to break down. They're forcing Trinity to just pass it laterally and not really advance.
Yeah, and it's changed. It was a high press in that organization earlier, and it's changed to be something more sat back. But it's still well organized, and it's still working really well, despite the fact that it has become a different style of defense.
Player in the defense walking right up to the assistant to appeal for an offside. I don't think there was one there. Referee didn't. Now Cal Lutheran. Just can't control. Good work from Rule as he's spinning to get a touch on that.
It was fancy from Rule. He's not an attacker, so he has to get his style points in other places.
Yeah, that'd be a move in the skateboarding at the Olympics. Sent forward from the Tigers.
I think since that first goal, it started to look more and more Trinity as the game has gone on. It's been a while since TLU had a sustained period of possession.
Good run here coming far post. That's a vital deflection for me because I think that ball keeps going.
Yep. Yeah,
and he's going to run onto that at the far post as Ty Jarrett.
Yeah, I think Perryman does a really good job to lift it. He's looking to get it all the way up and over to that back post. But like you said, that deflection just slows it down in its path, and it doesn't quite reach Ty Jarrett, who scored in a similar fashion at the back post, I believe, last game. So not unfamiliar with finishing off like that.
And now CLU. 90 seconds left in the half. Trinity 1, Cal Lutheran 0. Thank you for joining us here on Tiger Network. Ball sent forward. He's on. Oh, no, he's not.
Chandler did really well anyway, and I want to point out, I know it looks like he just did well marking-wise, but I think he actually got a touch on that ball as well when he went to ground there, which is just so impressive. And the fact that he gets a touch, if that's onside, it puts the attacking player off and takes the ball away from him, gives his defenders time to readjust, and maybe even win the ball there.
Yeah, I thought he was on, but obviously the AR has a much better view than I do. I am in no way side on to it, so
Cheeky little no-look pass from Dugan.
yeah, he knew Rule was making that run. Good pass from Rule too. Gets a throw in. Final minute. Oh, he's offside. Offside anyway, so we're going to have a free kick.
It's another one. Don't have a good angle. I'm not.
Yeah, no
I
idea.
have no clue.
No idea. I say we have fourth officials in both games today. This is the
a little
calmest I've ever
abnormal.
seen Paul McGinley in a game. In a game, very calm gentleman in everyday life, but in the game, he's intense.
It works. It works. Trinity
Yeah.
brung the intensity today. Maybe that's why he transferred his intensity onto
Onto
the
the
field to
team.
the players.
So half-time here at Paul McGinley Field. It's Trinity 1, Cal Lutheran 0. We'll see you back here in about 15 minutes for the second half. Hope you'll join us.
Scoring for the
Welcome back. Second half about to begin. We've got the stats on, and we are ready to go. So we'll take a look at those first half stats. 11 shots to 2 in favour of Trinity. 4 shots on goal. 3 saves as a result. 9 fouls to 8. That feels, it's a lot, but they were fouling. It was a very physical half. 1 offside apiece, 3 corners to 1. And, of course, the stat that matters, Trinity 1, California Lutheran University 0. Cal Lutheran are a pretty well-known school globally. They've got a really good choir. Their choir is really famous. Also hosted the USA handball team, uses Cal Lutheran as a training venue a lot, which is really cool because the Olympics coming up in LA, which means USA is going to get a handball spot. USA is going to get to play handball at the Olympics. So maybe Cal Lutheran will be a big part of a shock Olympic gold medal. Probably not, but you know. You never know. So we're back. Trinity in the maroon. They're going to be going from left to right on your screen this second half. Cal Lutheran in the whites. They're going to be going from right to left in this second half. I'm Chris Hogman. With me is Scott Lebo. Scott, obviously a pretty tight first half, broken by the Trinity goal. Trinity probably had a measure of control. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I think you said it really well. It was both teams really, really good attacking play, really dynamic already to start the second half. The patterns continued. Both teams are really going for it. You love to see it. A lot of energy, a lot of attacking will. Trinity kind of gained a lot more control after that goal. I think Cal Lutheran will probably feel that they can get back into the game now that halftime has taken a chunk out of Trinity's momentum. But Trinity back to that same starting 11 that started the game. So it'll be an interesting second half. I'm really excited. It's been an entertaining one so far.
Yeah, been a really good game. Really quick. Like, it's just flown by. We're probably going to have that happen again in this half. Looks like Trinity largely back. I think they might be completely back to their starting 11.
Oh.
Comes in, but foul. Just kind of took out the defender there. So a free kick for Cal Lutheran. Looks like Trinity have gone back to that starting 11.
It's a great cross into the box there. Really dangerous to that near post. Almost finished off, but foul in the build-up. Wouldn't have counted.
Just out of the reach of Will Powell. Another foul, though. Cal Lutheran just slowly inching up the field. Getting the job done. There was a big run that had just come from Tika Kakamoto. Made a strong run, but the ball wasn't played quick enough. Big opportunity here for Trinity on the right. Kane shoots, keeper saves. A lot of players get caught in the net, goes far post. Headed across, tries to shoot on the turn, cleared away by the Kingsmen. Tigers trying to gather now. We're going to get another look at this. Now we're going back.
Still in
it's
play.
Still happening. Cut across, shot comes. Cleared away by the Kingsmen. And Tigers get control again.
Good decision by Chandler to turn there. They were ready for that back pass. It could have been dangerous if he decided to make that move.
So not quite the starting 11. I think I see a couple of different players. Chance there for the Tigers. Maybe just taking a little too long. Good shot though. He's scored him. He's scored him this year. Has Adam Knudsen.
And you can see it in his reaction. If you want the ball to fall on the edge of the box to anybody, you want it to fall to him. Here's a look at that earlier opportunity.
Penalty shout. Yeah, I think you'd be a bit rough calling that a penalty.
Yeah.
With hands are right in. You're turning away from the ball. I think that'd be a rough call for me. But that was the penalty shout that the Tigers players wanted. I don't know if the bench really went up for it, which is unlike Trinity. Good gather from Powell. He almost slipped there on the pitch. I think the pitch is going to be happy for a week off.
But we're playing on it.
The club team's
playing on it.
So
although we don't rip it up quite as much as the varsity team. Our games are a little bit less intense, especially than this one. This has been a really intense affair.
It's been full on. Powell back on it. Looks to turn. Can't. So he's going to play it back for Instraw. Beats 1 and 2. Goes in the middle for Kane. Kane has a go. Blocked. Corner. Hear the shout from the bench of yes.
Yeah,
From the Trinity bench.
I think Adam Knutson was on there. I'm not sure how open he was, but honestly, I'm not upset with the decision from Hunter Kane, especially because he's a number 9, and you want your number 9 to take chances on. I could have talked about it in the women's game earlier that, you know, there were times where there was a lack of communication and nobody went for the ball. You want a player who's like, no, that's mine. That's mine. I'm going. I'm scoring. It's me. You need somebody with an ego to play striker, and in that case, Hunter Kane, he takes on the shot. I'm okay with it.
So swung in, near post, headed away.
Interesting. Trinity go back to their old corner kick routine where they line everybody up right on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think, you know, once you've scored from that set piece, it's probably hit its
You can retire it.
utility in the game because now they're absolutely going to be ready for it. I thought they should have been ready for it the first time. Back for Kane, has a goal! Big hit from Hunter Kane! Perfectly placed strike. He's a Didier Drogba fan. But Didier Drogba scored plenty like that. Hits the back of the net. Beautiful hit from Hunter Kane. Doubles Trinity's lead, 2-0.
Wow. What a finish from Hunter Kane. Left-footed, near side to where he is. That first touch is so important. He strikes through the ball, so much power. But he knows before the ball has even landed at his feet that he is shooting for that post. He knows well ahead of time his exact plan, and that is why he scores, because he takes that first touch and then he's ready to shoot. Nobody has time to react because Hunter Kane, it's like a snap. He's boom.
Yeah, scoring's all about opening up space for the shot. That's what that touch did, right? It opens up space. Hunter Kane, 3rd goal of the season, 18th of his career. But wow, what a hit. Both goals today, really good hits. Tigers energized, prowling.
I thought Louis was going to have a hit.
Instraw was going to have a hit. He looked up. Powell's in the box. Goes far post. Fallen favorably, but the whistle's gone. They keep it out. It's a foul.
The pressure is mounting again.
Yeah, Tigers on the prowl here. It's been a really bright start for them, just like we saw against Berry. They just absolutely came for it. Play goes down. He's going to stop it for a head knock because he fell onto his head. You just don't want to take a chance with it. We do have the new concussion protocol in college soccer, so we're going to take it. So we're going to have trainers go out. We're going to swing out some water bottles, but yeah, I think a right decision from the official. Player goes down, looks like a head knock.
Yep.
Right decision.
I think he has to come off.
Well, yeah, he is going to come off.
The clock got stopped, right? So
yeah, the clock stopped, even though the trainer. He is shaking his head a bit, so I think maybe a bit of a break here for John Connor Rule might be the move.
I think looking at him, and maybe I'm wrong.
I think he just hit his nose.
And yeah, I think so too. His face looks a little red, but as somebody who's had a fair share of concussions and had some not so fun side effects come from that, you know, I would like him to just at least, you know, get like the bare minimum treatment to make sure he's okay. I know he's such an important player and they want him back on the field as soon as possible, but it's such a devastating injury to have, and it can be so awful.
So Trinity temporarily down to 10 because they've opted to not bring him on. They've brought now, John Connor Rule comes back. He's going to have to run the length of the park almost here. Defended well by Powell, and now a chance for Trinity to counter. Might be regretting John Connor Rule making that run. He could have just stayed here and he would have been in a great position to launch something.
Yeah, somebody else could have done the defending for a second, right?
Well, it did look like Will Powell would come back. Really beautiful footwork.
Louis
beats two. And then smartly lets it go. He doesn't press his luck any more than he has to.
See, that was always my problem. If I beat one player, and then I'd be like, oh, I'll beat another. I'll beat another. And eventually you do too much. Louis beats 2 and then plays a brilliant switchfield ball and gets all the oohs and ahs from the bench.
And Chandler there feigned that he was going to cross it, and he didn't, but it sucked the defender in. It's going to go out for a Trinity throw. Chandler does appear to be wearing a wrist support. I don't think he was wearing that last week.
Well, do you remember at the end of the game last week, right at the end, he came up with an injury. I thought it was his stomach at first, the way he had his arm pinned to his side, but I do think it was his wrist that he was trying to support, and now, obviously, that wrist tape.
That does make sense. I do remember this. Yeah,
it was unfortunate, too, right at the end of a 6-0 game, so it was, very unnecessary injury to what has become a very important player in Luke Chandler.
Now, luckily, you don't really need your hands.
Yeah.
Unless you're the goalkeeper, like that Pathy there with a good save.
This is first official save of the night.
It is. So that's his...
He hasn't had many saves on the season either. He hasn't faced too many shots.
It's his second save. 5 shots faced. Was in the Sacramento Republic Academy as a goalkeeper. They've got numbers here to Cal Lutheran if they can move it quick enough. Covered well by John Connor Rule. Really good work to get that out from the Tigers. Not only get it out, it's fallen favourably for Knutson. Looks to beat his man. Will win the throw though. I think it's a good net gain for the Tigers given the position they were in. Will Powell.
That's way further up than where it went out of play.
Yeah, I mean, the referee hasn't said anything, but yeah, I thought it was in the Trinity
he
half.
He switched halves. So I feel like that's an easy one.
That's
for the
an easy one for the ref to call.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey,
it's in that.
It's in your half.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if you've ever seen it when there's tight offside calls right on halfway.
Yeah.
And the team flicks the ball over halfway. I'm like, that's not even possible. Can't be offside in your own half. Good opportunity here. Beautiful footwork to create the opportunity. Maybe just went a little too close to goal there. Maybe the cutback might have just been the better opportunity for the Tigers.
Yeah, an interesting decision to shoot from there. I think that's what he's going for. He's trying to find that far corner. He's got such a tough angle, and he has teammates, maybe not enough teammates for him to think that the cutback is worth it. But, I mean, if anybody's going to score from that angle, it's going to be Adam Knutson. He can score from anywhere, so...
Yeah, I think Donnelly maybe just later than Knutson wanted. And so he's like, well, I'll take the shot. Especially when you're in the goal-scoring form that Adam Knutson's in. You take the shot, right?
What I would have liked to see him do, though, there is take the shot rather than trying to find that back post, which is probably more likely to score, hit it on target for sure, make the goalie make a save, and then Donnelly's arriving, so maybe Donnelly can put home that rebound.
Yeah, there is a chance near post, right? Like the keeper's going to cover far post. Beautiful ball here for Powell. Cut back. Well defended. It's only as far as Instraw has a go. Cleared away again. Falls favourably. Little off balance from the Tigers. Cleared away. There's good speed here. Header from John Connor Rule is vital. Absolutely vital stuff defensively.
Yeah, and it's such a slight header, so to say it's vital, it feels a little crazy, but it is. It's so vital. It puts off the attacking player. I think it's Wolin who's up there in pursuit. And if that touch doesn't come in, it's right in between Rule and Chandler, and the two of them are going to have to make a decision there. Instead, he just puts it into the path of Chandler, who can deal with it with relative simplicity.
It is a game of inches sometimes.
Yeah.
That was a game of millimeters right there. Just
a game of J.C. Rule's headband.
Headband. I was going to say the headband. If he wasn't wearing the headband, maybe he doesn't make that header. Although he wears the headband because he has a lot of hair. So just clipped him on the turn. Will Powell not happy about something.
Yeah, after the play as well. I think somebody comes over, says something, does something.
Yeah, JP Malgoza is the player in question, but Will Powell, something happened there. He wasn't happy.
Yeah, he quickly went from I'm hurt and I'm drawing the foul to, hey, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, he wasn't happy. Looked at the referee very quizzically. Well, interesting, because my first gut was, he's going to come over to pick him up, and that was absolutely not what happened.
No,
but I didn't see what happened. I didn't see what happened, but I know it wasn't that. So
Maybe it was one of those offer your hand
and then take it away.
Take it away. Oh. Well, I don't know if Powell would react like that to that, but
Yeah, probably not.
good cross there. I think Hunter Kane would have had it if defender didn't get to it first. What? Yeah, Knutsen's totally put off from behind when he's going for that shot. He's facing up for it, and he's just nudged in the back, and that's absolutely a foul.
Yeah, we'll have another look at it here. Yeah, so shoulder to shoulder's fine. Elbow to back, not so much. You know, there is a, like, obviously people are physical objects and people collide. That felt a little more
Yeah.
like putting someone off a shot.
Yep. We've seen our fair share of free kick goals this season.
Here we have. Although Michael Grimm for Southwestern's not in this game. It's our first week without Southwestern. I'm beside myself.
Feel like my second team now.
But almost. But we're going to see him again because that's a home tie in SCAC this year for Trinity. Is Trinity versus Southwestern, so they'll be back for what feels like the 20th time this season. So free kick here for the Tigers. Powerful shot, just not enough behind it. Gathered well by the keeper. Goes on. And Kingsman just can't get the ball through. Cleared away well. Cal Lutheran building up on the left here. That looks like Melgoza. Swung in. Trinity let it bounce. Clearance hasn't quite come off. Really good recovery again from the Tigers. Cleared away now. Big run here from Kane. Goes back to the keeper. Kane's going to keep running to keep the pressure on. You know what? If he angled that run a little more, he would have got to that ball on the heavy touch from the keeper.
Yeah, it's asking him to do a lot there,
Goes
though.
to ground
It's
there.
hard to change your path that dramatically.
That's Wallen.
He's already on a yellow for similar things earlier. I think the referee's just warning him, reminding him of that factor.
Yeah, had a yellow in the 24th minute. So both coaches seem annoyed about things on that play.
Yeah, and I think the annoyance has been mounting for a while on the Cal Lutheran bench. When Adam Knutsen took that free kick, they were very upset
He
about
did move it forward.
the fact that he moved it a little bit.
Did move it forward. So free kick here for Satpathy. It's got a big boot, does Omkar Satpathy. I don't think I ever realized that until
That's coming
last
right
weekend.
for
That's
me.
going right to you, baby. Beautiful take.
What a catch.
Phenomenal goalkeeping.
McGinley signing him up.
got another goalkeeper for the Tigers for next season. Heck, later this season. Here, we're going to get a shot of it. Here we go. Beautiful take at full stretch.
For anybody,
Grabs it from behind him.
for anybody who's seeing that replay, I'm right behind
He's
there.
literally the
Like,
angle.
I didn't know what to do at this point. I've got my microphone on, this important equipment's here, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to do in that instance besides just put my hands up and hope. So I was kind of frozen, got saved there. Surprising it wasn't Luke Chandler aiming for me this time.
Cal Lutheran want to take a quick, but also want to make a sub. You can't do both. You've got to pick one or the other. To be honest, if I'm refereeing, if they want to take the throw quickly, that sub can just stay.
Yeah.
Not my problem.
No,
you took the
I
throw
agree.
quickly.
Yeah.
That's on you. Coach wasn't happy that they took that quickly. He thought they should have stopped so he could bring on the sub. In the end, they get bailed out. But, yeah, if I'm refereeing, I'm saying, nope, you took the throw quick. You don't get to make the sub. It's your sub. You chose not to make it.
Will Powell is taking some abuse this second
Yeah,
half.
he's going to have a lot of bruises under those socks.
Yeah, and one of the things, I know at the pro level, I'm not sure about at the collegiate level, that sometimes they give, you can give yellow cards for fouls that are professional fouls or fouls that are dangerous, but you can also give yellow cards for one player who's fouling too much or one player who's being fouled too much. And it can be, Powell's been fouled this many times. It could be somebody fouling Powell for the first time, but you give that yellow card just because he's been fouled too much. It feels like targeting, and you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, persistent fouling is a yellow card offense, even at NCAA level.
Cam Smith does really well there to win a corner.
Yeah, good work, because it seemed like it was getting away from him, so he turned
Yeah.
really well into that to get the corner. Trinity's going to make a sub on the corner.
You don't see that often.
Don't see that a ton, although Trinity makes the fastest goal in Trinity history was scored in this exact manner. Fastest goal of a player coming onto the pitch.
I will say, too.
Callum Squires, if he does watch. If you're watching, Callum, hi.
There you go.
But he did exactly this. Ran on, turns to us and goes, I'm going to score. Sprints on and scores 10 seconds later.
The call beforehand is beautiful.
Swung on to the middle.
It almost
Rule
was.
nearly worked out. Fell to Rule, who just couldn't get it there. Callum was sweating. Well, I would say Callum was sweating, but then the women played next, and his record was immediately broken. So, shot from distance!
They had a few moments there.
Trinity appealing for a touch. No, you missed it. That's one as a goalkeeper that you're like, yeah, no.
I knew it.
I didn't get it. I knew. No, it was wide. That's why I didn't save it.
Yeah. No, I just had to, put that effort in so my coach would be happy.
It's that challenge as a goalkeeper because you really like a save on your stat sheet, but you're also like, no, that one's fine. They didn't save that.
What a tackle.
Big contest. Appeal for a penalty. I don't think there's anything doing there. I think both players are turning. Both lose their balance. But there is a play down in back play that they are going to stop for, which is the right call. Yellow card, actually.
Yeah, and I think that was always the intention, to go back
He's
and
coming
give a yellow
back
card.
for the yellow to Souk out for the challenge that had the player down in back play.
Yep.
So yellow card there for Suko.
Yeah, in terms of the penalty shout, I see absolutely nothing in that. I'm not sure from what it looks like on this, what is actually being given as a yellow card. It looks to me like there was something late in it, because I felt like the Cal Lutheran player, went in for the ball there and didn't win it, and then somebody might have trotted on him after he slid in for the ball there.
Yeah, look, the players come up and shake hands, which you like to see. I think, I don't know how much. I think he just got him late, honestly, and stayed down.
It's getting a little feisty right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, 2-0, plenty of time. Good work, well managed by the fourth official there too. Referee was like, hang on, what's happening? And he's communicating well, saying, no, there was that injury. This is the injury. You're allowed to make that change. And so drop ball. A little bit, we had a drop ball earlier that was very contentious. This one, referee managed exactly to make it happen. Tigers get there. Through ball coming for Kane. Beautiful sliding challenge. Great work from Jordan Becker. We saw a really great sliding challenge. He beats him 3 times. Beat him once, went back to do it again. Switched. Oh, that's great. Heads it.
Really.
Can't be a back pass off a header.
Really great away. Although the
Didn't pick it up
goalkeeper
anyway.
wastes it.
Didn't pick it up
Doesn't
anyway.
pick it up.
You got to reward your defender for that and pick it up.
Wow. Well done from Will Powell there to keep that in
Keep
play.
it in and find a player. Unfortunately, it just comes off the rear end of his teammate as he's trying to turn. Look, it happens. I would have lost my balance like 3 moves ago in that from the Tigers. So, there's a reason I'm sitting here and not out there. And partly because I graduated college longer ago than I'd like to admit. I'm still eligible. I haven't used any of my 4 years. So, maybe there's still hope for a man in his late 30s.
You never know. They might need an extra goalie.
I think Josh Lambo played college football in his 30s.
Cam Smith must have dribbled somebody really well over there because the crowd
Just
a little
ooh and ah.
crazy. Yeah.
Corner kick here for the Tigers.
Won by Cam Smith as well.
Cam Smith's been real active, had the opening goal.
Yep.
It's been fun to watch as always.
I really like the not just the fullbacks that are on the field right now, but the variety of fullbacks that Trinity have. They're very entertaining players, from Will Powell, Cam Smith, Luke Mayfield, Ty Jarrett. Hunter Kane plays out there sometimes as well. It's an entertaining group.
Ramirez on for the corner. Goes far post. The player was open. It's going to be a free kick against the Tigers. Oh, offside is actually the decision. Not a foul. It's offside. I saw the arm up in the air. So an offside. CLU getting ready to make some changes. We'll see when they get a chance to. We've had one of the guys that's been here for a hot minute. Felix Ramirez getting ready to come on from Corona, California. As the Kingsmen move forward. That was a good little stutter there to stay in contention. Tigers come away with it anyway. But that was real clever from JP Malgoza to just take a step back and stutter. Real clever. Goes back to Satpathy under a little bit of pressure, but he's got a good boot. He can really distribute. Ball played forward. There's probably too many defenders back, although a little bit of confusion there. And he didn't, clear it. Clipped him from behind.
Yeah, I think he's taking a knee right in the back as well there. It's not an intentional thing, but did look like a painful one.
Yeah, that's unpleasant. Dane Paulson down there. They're going to stop the clock to see if he needs some treatment.
I love that we have a fourth official today. It's making
this management so much easier.
Yeah. Well, it's also we've had some intense interchanges the past few weeks between coaches, assistant coaches, people on the bench, and I feel a little bit less scared with the fourth official in the middle to mediate today.
Yeah, he meant to do the push, but he did sort of get a knee in the back as he went down. That definitely wasn't intentional.
No, not at all.
Push was.
So knee, not so much, and the knee is what hurts.
So a throw in here for Cal Lutheran. We're going to see subs each way, 3 players.
Hunter Kane is an animal.
I'll tell you what, I'm just looking at Dane Paulson's jersey. We were talking earlier about some Trinity players in the wars. Dane Paulson is covered in grass and dirt. Man has been in the wars tonight.
It's all over his back too. The front of his kit
it's
is
immaculately white, but the back of his kit is practically green.
Although there's another player, that's a decent amount of Malego. Oh man, that's butchering. Help me out here.
Where are we?
Number 9.
Oh, Malgoza.
Malgoza.
Yeah,
man, that's my terrible handwriting that did me in there. I'm reading my own notes.
That's why I have my notes on a computer so I can read it.
See, I like to draw out the formations by, in my notebook, and I've got a little 4-3-3 drawn here, and that Malgoza does not look like a Malgoza.
Yeah, when I do that, I have to use the numbers because I would never be able to read.
Well, I use the numbers that get me started.
So throw in here for the Tigers. Some 6 skills on the far side from the... So we can tell from the response of the Tiger fans out there. Just a heavy touch goes out for a throw for the Kingsmen. So we're going to have a substitution. It's going to be Tika Kakamoto coming back on for CLU. Replaces Dane Paulson. Took that knock earlier, so I'm unsurprised. And we've also got Joel Wallen getting ready to come up. Probably smart decision to take him off for a bit. Things were getting heated. He already had a yellow.
Yeah.
A smart decision.
Yeah, he's had a few fair fouls. He's an aggressive number 9, which you like from your number 9, and he's a classic. I don't know. It looks like he's going out on the wing right now, but he's a classic offensive player who goes hard into his challenges. He likes to maybe talk a little bit of trash to defenders and just get stuck in a little bit, but you're going to pick up cards doing that. And he picked one up early, So smart decision, just making sure that you don't go down to 10 men. We've gone down to 10 men at McGinley Field too many times this season.
Going to be a foul against the Tigers. TLU with an opportunity to build something up, maybe send the ball forward. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is, you know, the referee had like a, hey, mate, this is your final warning discussion with him, and they take him off for a bit. Maybe the referee forgets
He
that
might
he had
forget.
that, hey, this is your final warning. Because you don't usually make notes about that in your notebook. You don't usually go, hey, I've told this guy enough times. You just kind of have to remember that stuff. Headed down. Can Rule get there? He's going to leave it for Satpathy.
Does really well.
Satpathy. Calm. Really calm goalkeeper, which is what you want, and instills confidence in the rest of the side.
Yep.
That's something that's really helpful. Back for Satpathy. Goes out for Rule. Rule going long up the wing. There's a chance to head it on. Good header, though, from the Kingsman. Clears it away. So it'll be a throw-in for the Tigers, just inside their own half. Played back.
What footwork from Dugan. That's another one there where you just, again, use the defender's momentum against him.
Big
it's
run
so
from
good.
Powell, too.
Zach Anderson's back is super dirty as well. His number 7 is no longer white.
Yeah, it's harder to spot on the Trinity and
Yep.
the maroon, obviously. But, yeah, he's got a green number.
It's been one of those games. A lot of people on the
Lot.
ground, a lot of feisty, aggressive play. Both teams have gone for it. It's been entertaining.
Yeah, look, I think the grounds crew is going to have a bit of work to do tomorrow ahead of Sunday's games. Of course, you can join us here on Tiger Network for those games. Double header with Howard Payne, men and women. Women are at 3, men are at 5. So if you're getting a tattoo, you know, pick one you like.
Thought about getting one today.
Yeah,
Another one.
well, I was and my wife was, but we're going on a trip next week that involves being in water.
Yep.
And so we thought, yeah, better not get a tattoo before we go swimming in salt water.
It's probably a good idea.
Probably a good idea. Gonna get that Vegemite tattoo. Not that that would have been on a flash for Friday the 13th. Quit away.
I was thinking about
Corner
a
kick.
Vader one.
Oh.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, it's true.
This
Rest in
week,
peace.
I was like, it would be good timing. I
I'm
grew up
sure
a big
that's
Star
going to
Wars
show
fan.
up on the flashes today too.
Oh, it was. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
why I was my the guy who did the 2 that I have right now. He posted on his story the options, and I was like, oh, Vader. I might get that. And then I was like, well, I have a bigger plan with what I want to do with my tattoos. I better not put that at
Always
risk.
the challenge. It's always the challenge.
Yep.
Switched in.
Oh, that's that
Far
same play.
post to Rule. It's off the post. John Connor Rule, head in his hands. Oh, he's frustrated at himself.
It's the same play, the one they scored from, the one that they were doing early in the game. They caught him out again. Maybe caught Cal Lutheran forgetting it's that ball to the back post. Maybe, I know he hits the post. It's really close, but maybe would have been better off cutting it back. Luke Chandler was in acres of space on the 6. You'd be asking a lot for a player, though, to pass up that type of opportunity for a cross there, but really well worked again for
Yeah,
Trinity.
I think he actually did want to get more around it and head it back. I'm not sure. His reaction was certainly frustration with himself.
Yep. Great header.
There's numbers here, you know, for Trinity. Good opportunity for the Tigers. That's a
What a
beautiful
tackle.
sliding challenge. There's been a few of those from Cal Lutheran tonight, and you've got to get those exactly right. You could be looking at a dog-so there. He's deliberately obstructing a goal-scoring opportunity. Speaking of tattoos, someone got a great dog-so tattoo.
That's an interesting tattoo to get.
It's
Dog,
a deep cut soccer Twitter reference. Back when we used Twitter. Back when that was
I don't know. Sports Twitter is the only type of Twitter that's really still alive. Can't kill sports Twitter.
so, you know.
Ooh.
But yeah, real deep cut in soccer Twitter, US soccer Twitter reference. Dog so tattoo. It's like a Yorkshire Terrier carrying away a corner flag, wearing sunglasses.
Good opportunity.
Good chance. Really good control. You can see he's just annoyed at himself. He worked so hard for that chance. Beautiful control with his chest. Puts it right at his feet. And he just can't get it out.
You know what I think it is? I think he settles it down there, and his first instinct is, I'm going to turn and shoot. And so he lines up like he's going to shoot. But the defender, I think it's J.C. Rule in that occasion, recovers to a position where he's going to block it. So he, midway through trying to go up and line up this shot, decides, I'm going to fake shot it and try and cut it back and take this touch. And he gets caught kind of halfway in between a shot and that touch back across Rule. And in the end, when you get caught in two minds like that, it often doesn't end well.
Yeah, that's the challenge, right? You got to be decisive either way. And just like, it was such a beautiful control, it deserved more. It was so well controlled. I feel for him, I do. Because if I ever controlled something like that, if I made control, I would celebrate the control. I wouldn't even. I'd be like, I'm done.
Not
I'm
even
done. That's
taking
it.
the second touch, running to the corner, shirt off,
I'm done.
flailing
That's
in the
it.
air.
Doesn't get better than that.
The rest of the team is shocked as play continues, and you're getting a yellow card.
Yeah. Look, if I did anything remotely good, I think the world would collapse on itself. It was, But yeah, if I controlled like that, with this gut that I have, forget it.
J.C. Rule put his hand up looking for offsides there and stopped playing,
And
which I think
still
he was.
controlled.
I think he was the one keeping the player on as well.
Yeah, it just came through him.
It's an easy call.
I'll tell you what, John Wallen got to be careful here.
Yeah.
Already has a yellow. It ain't going to take much, especially in a situation like that.
No.
To pull out that second.
And it's not going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things in this game if you were to get a red. Obviously, it hurts your chances of going on and coming back, but more so, like, you miss next game. You're only going to be out for the last 11 minutes of this game if he picks up a second yellow, but you miss all of next game, so.
Yeah, which for Cal Lutheran is Southwestern. Just up the road in Georgetown. Good ball forward. Has support. Cuts back, goes to ground. Wants a penalty. It's going to go the other way.
He's going to get a yellow for diving,
It's going to be a yellow card for simulation. It's already in his hands. Oh, I wouldn't do that if I was him. Signal to the referee like that. Let's have a look here.
Yeah. There's not a lot in that. I mean, there's contact for sure, but there's nowhere near enough contact for him to be going down like that. Yeah.
And then, honestly, does he initiate that contact by going back with the momentum? Like,
no, that's good refereeing.
One of the things they tell you as a referee to look for, so I'm going to let you in on this so you can learn this for the club lads. When a player goes down with his arms in the air, it's not a natural way you fall. It's a bit of a giveaway that it's a dive. Yeah. It's one of the first things you learn in ref school is, well, if a player's going down with his arms in the air, that's not how people fall. Usually you fall bracing yourself when you fall. When you do it on purpose, you fling yourself up in the air. It's not universally true. Sometimes you can be fouled and go down like that. But typically, it's not how people fall. So, flings his arms up in the air, dead giveaway. Certainly didn't get any contact like that. Beautiful little touch around. Good ball forward. He just caught his legs in the pitch there. Trying to get forward.
Aiden Perales coming in for Hunter Kane. A little change in what they're doing up front. Hunter Kane, workhorse, running all over the field. Got his goal tonight. Great game from Hunter Kane. Bringing in Aiden Perales. very different type of player. He likes, similar to Hunter Kane, he'll work really hard for you in defense. A lot of pressure from him. But he's a big presence in the box. He's got great hold-up play. And I think his best attribute, he hasn't gone and done it yet this season, but winning balls out of the air, scoring goals from headers, that is what he's good at. And I can't wait for him to do it this season. It's going to happen at some point. There's another one from my class. And I forgot to mention earlier, Omkar, also another
from your
starter
class.
from my class.
I think
Zach Anderson, he's in my class.
we haven't seen a Knutson goal yet, so there's probably one.
Yeah, maybe one more in it. Oh,
How'd it go? He did have a go.
it was a decent.
It's not far
thought.
off. It's a right idea.
Just didn't hit it right, but it's a decent thought. Goalkeeper's way off his line there, so
Yeah, look, if it was on target, that was
a little higher as well.
That was
needed to be.
2-0. Yeah. He needed a bit of a turn more there, but you know.
Luke Mayfield's come in as well on this right side.
Got some height now.
Really well done there by Baltov. Brought down after a flick like that.
Cal Lutheran just trying to control, get it away. They just can't do it.
Trinity looking like they're setting up 3 more subs. It's going to be Perryman, Louis Instraw, and Donnelly.
It's a foul against CLU. Oh, this could be it. Oh, no, it wasn't. I thought for a second it was Waller.
No, I actually think Wallen just came
off.
And he's actually, at this point, he's taken his jersey off. And he's in his
So he will avoid.
warm-up top. So looks like he's done for the night unless something happens unexpected.
Yeah, could always put the shirt back on if he has to. But that would be a yellow card to Paulson. Has had a few words with the referee. Beautiful ball forward, well cut out.
Yep. Really well cut out because his momentum is taking him the opposite way, but he's able to stop on a dime and win that ball. It's
Head
tough.
it
It's
down
tough
well,
skill.
that's a good ball forward from Kokimoto. Just doesn't work out for Cal Lutheran.
And Braden
and
Shuey's
changes
coming as
coming.
well. Addition to those 3 I mentioned earlier, Braden Shuey.
Braden Shuey on.
Joey Perriman. Number 8, Louis
Instrel also back.
19, Mark Donnelly.
They switched out the entirety of the midfield.
Cameron Design.
Cade Dugan, I think was substituted, but he's staying on the field right now. I think Trinity might, unless I'm confused.
There are only 11 on the field. I
Okay.
just counted.
I don't know who came off, who was the
But I
fourth player
do
off
think
there.
there was some confusion on Dugan's face.
Yeah.
But
Well-
there are only 11 on. They haven't accidentally put a 12th on.
So what happened? They subbed in 4 center midfielders, and one of they play with 4 center midfielders. No, they play with 5 center midfielders. That's where it is. They play with 5 center midfielders. Most formations play with 4. It's rare to have a formation play with 5. So that's where the confusion comes. Dugan stays on. Everybody else in the midfield.
Good work from Perryman to get around, win the corner for the Tigers. Isn't going to take it. He's shaped over to take it. Corner kick for Trinity.
See if they take it short again.
Dugan
Instral's
to
over
take
there.
it. Instrel is over there. They've got 2 now coming for the short corner.
Nope. And you see they stopped the ability to go
It's gonna be
short.
another. No, goal kick. I thought that was a defensive header.
No, I
It's
think
not.
it's Chandler, the way he reacted. But as soon as they can't do that short corner, everybody onto the goal line. Right onto the goal line, putting that pressure on the goalkeeper. So there's clearly 2 plays from the corner if you're Trinity. It's that short corner, and then it's putting everybody on the line.
Yeah, look, you get in the way of the goalkeeper. You can do all sorts of things.
You're creating chaos in the box.
Tell you what, the Cal Lutheran players, everyone that comes off is out of breath. They've put in shifts today, have the Kingsmen. They should be happy with their effort, honestly. I know they're 2-0 down, but they've really put in shifts. They've really made it hard for Trinity. Trinity team has scored 10 goals last weekend.
It's a respectable way to play. I mean, they really have put in a shift, and that's the way that they've stayed in the game. You know, you see teams, they'll play really well because of how pretty they play or how good their football is, but this Cal Lutheran team has stayed in the game because of how aggressive they've played, how hard they've worked off the ball, and just the energy that they've invested into this game. As Luke Chandler's gone down here behind the play, I think he's got cramps.
Yeah, that might be some cramp.
Getting stretched out. Braden Shuey.
It's teamwork.
Although the indication from Shuey is that the trainer should come on, so that's not the...
It might still be cramp.
It could still be cramp.
Get a professional to stretch it out.
Tom Whitwell will come in for Luke Chandler.
For the Tigers, number 4, Tom Whitwell.
Just getting clarification that he is allowed on. Yes, they make the sub because the player comes off injured. Yeah, no sense pushing it. You know, you 2-0 up, 7.5 minutes to play. Yes, Cal Lutheran there's still time for 2. Make no mistake, 7.5 minutes, plenty of time to get a second. Of course, Sat Pathy, been very good in goal this season.
But beaten twice, I think. And one of them was the first shot he faced in a game. Came on for Josh Lynch.
Came on after a red card. And then his first action was to pick the ball out of the net. That is a decent ball forward, just a little too close to Sat Pathy.
Yep, and the run was a little bit behind where the ball was, just maybe too much pace on it.
Decent effort. Sent long. Sat Pathy's boot every time. Over halfway. Fouls the player. The Shuey. So free kick for the Kingsmen. Honestly, I don't think you could be too upset if they scored a goal from here, even if you're a Trinity fan. Beautiful turn. Really great work there from Nathan Bueller. It goes away. We're going to have another throw for the Kingsmen. Big opportunity here for the Kingsmen. Throwing it forward. Opportunity to build something up. Tigers, though, well disciplined at the back. You can see the Tigers setting up a little more defensively. 2-0 up. 6 minutes to play. They don't want to concede. Swung in. Headed away by Rule. Not quite far enough. Player goes to ground. Cleared away by the Tigers, but still stays with the Kingsmen. This is good sustained pressure from Cal Lutheran. Working up the left again. Perryman a long way back. Rule with a header. And the Tigers clear it away again. It's competitive. Instraw went in, but it stays with the Kingsmen. Making a good turn. Gets around one, can't beat the second, goes to ground, just off balance. Did he clip him? No. Referee says no foul. Tigers keep going as Shuey. Going out wide left. Tigers with a chance here. Cal Lutheran have got back.
Don't want to rush it here. Every second you're in the attack, you're
Appeal
wasting more
offside.
time.
Call from the Cal Lutheran bench is get up. Yeah, the easiest way to stop an attack is just play everybody offside. But they are going to have to put some pressure on. You know, there is still time, but you've got to have the ball. Cleared away. Beautiful, beautiful clearance.
Good recovery by Baltov there.
Yeah, Baltov's been really impressive this season as Baltov.
Yeah, he's played a lot this second half as well.
Honestly, he's been getting a lot of minutes in these games in that second half. He's played 64 minutes so far this season. One of those appearances was fairly short, but 2 of them he had some pretty good runs. I'd say, you know, around half an hour, which when you're coming off the bench, anything more than like 20 minutes is impressive.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting when you look at who has come on in those outside back roles in the second half. It's Mayfield and Baltov, while Jarrett came on in the first half. It is a little bit more defensive in who's playing out there. Baltov comes on late a lot, does some really good defensive dirty work, and then Mayfield can play center back as well, so him coming on is obviously pretty a defensive move. Trinity are going to leave 3 back here. Well, we'll see if Baltov, he's walking his way up. No, 3 back. Nope.
Keeping
Mayfield going.
well, half going. I think he's going to stay in this sort of half cover position.
They were back and forth there for a second, trying to trick me.
Yeah, he's coming in now to feign the short. There it is.
He should shoot.
Has a go. Keeper comes. That split the defenders perfectly. We had a great angle from here to see it.
Yeah, it was a clean strike, just a little bit too
Big
central.
through ball. That's a good through ball. Good coverage from Rule. Goes to ground. Cleared away by Satpathy. That hangs in the air. Flicked on by Perryman. Controlled well by Perales. Doesn't have support, so he goes back for Shuey. Shuey puts on, well, I think he was tempting to put on a switch, actually. I don't think his teammate was aware. Oh, and then beautiful footwork as well from CLU. Going down, probably went a little down the line more than he wanted. I think he wanted to play that more centrally. Just didn't quite get the turn he wanted. And so now, offside. To allow Trinity to clear. 2.5 minutes to go. Trinity 2, Cal Lutheran 0. I'm Chris Hockman. With me is Scott Lebo here for Tiger Network. Trinity's next match is against Howard Payne Sunday at 5. I believe the women are at 2:30 in that one. Cal Lutheran, their next game is still here in Texas, up in Georgetown, against Southwestern. It's been a common combination. You play Trinity, you play Southwestern. Oh, they've let it bounce. I don't know if that was the move. Comes out okay, though, for Cal Lutheran. He's out wide left. Appeal for both teams there. It's gone out for a throw. If I was Trinity, I don't know if I'd be appealing that one because you're the player that came in second and from behind.
Yeah, I don't know if they were appealing as much as they were cheering on a great tackle from Donnelly.
That could be it.
Although, to be fair to you, when you hear a shout like that from the Trinity bench,
you hear something from the Trinity bench, it's often appealing for something.
It's a good energy to have. I mean, they fight for every call, and you know, sometimes that doesn't look good on you, but sometimes it brings an extra bit of energy to your players on the field. So it's just energy from the bench. It's a good thing to have in general.
Mayfield. Tigers will look to hold this. We're in the final minute, so they'll look to hold for as much as possible. It's going to be the first game where Adam Knutson doesn't score.
Yeah, he's not on the field.
He's not on the field. Perryman gets around, cuts it back. It's a corner. Clock won't stop, though, so 30 seconds.
Oh, and look who they're subbing on. Adam. No, I'm just kidding.
Runs on, scores.
Finish again! Come on!
Callum does still have the men's record, I believe, so Knutson would have wanted to break that.
Break that.
Goes in, far post, headed out. It's another corner. Are the Tigers going to rush this? They are, you know. No.
No, Tom Whitwell's just having some fun.
3, 2, 1.
That's it. So full time here at Paul McGinley Field. 3 straight wins for the Tigers. They win 2-0. It moves California Lutheran to 2-2-1. They'll play Southwestern on Sunday. Trinity go to 3-0-2. They play Howard Payne on Sunday. We'll look at the stats. You know, look, statistically pretty dominant from Trinity. 25 shots to 3, 7 on goal to 1, 1 save to 5, 17 fouls to 16, pretty even, that felt right. 2 offsides piece, 11 corners to 1. They had a lot of corners, of course. Opening goal came off a corner, that short corner went out for Cam Smith, who hit it, not entirely what they were expecting. Hit it, scored the goal, made it 1-0. And then we'll get a look at this one, which is the second. Beautiful hit. Just beautiful ball. Beautiful work on the turn to get that bench over the moon. We'll get another look at it from this angle. It's a better angle to see. Not that much space to work with that he opens up. Gets the shot. You can see he's understandably elated with creating that space. Of course, Cam Smith's goal. First goal of his collegiate career too. Huge moment for him. But there it is. That's the goal that makes it 2-0 for Trinity. There's, of course, the great save that protected Scott. So half-time, so full-time here, 2-0 for the Tigers. They'll be back on Sunday against Howard Payne. I've been Chris Hockman, with me is Scott Lebo. We'll be back here on Sunday. We hope to see you then. From all of us at Tiger Network, thank you for joining us. We will see you next time.